Now, when you hear about the perfect creature, this is most likely what comes to mind.
I am the most powerful hedgehog in the world!
But today, I'm going to attempt the impossible, which is to play God and create the perfect creatures by improving on these already pretty great creatures that the big man has created himself, and ultimately create a better tomorrow for everyone. Now, science isn't quite there to do this yet, but computer science has been there since the early 2000s, and with the help of some decade-old game, we're going to be able to create and simulate what these creatures would look like. So the first step to a better tomorrow is to eliminate pollution once and for all. You see, a lot of people suggest to minimize pollution, you should take the bus instead of driving to work, and that helps, but it's really only slowing down the inevitable. So simply put, what we're going to have to do is take the bus-sized sperm whale and use the nimble ant. By combining the two, we have now a very quick-moving whale, and you can ride them to work every single day on your organic bus. So now that's one global problem solved, but there's still more to do in this world. You see, for well over 3 years, there's been a feud between two superpower countries, that being Russia and America. Now these guys could probably solve more issues if they were to work together. Instead of fighting, they could maybe do some good. So when you think of America, you probably think of the majestic bald eagle, or maybe you think of some overweight cowboy. Unfortunately, the latter isn't an option, but the former is. And I don't know many Russian animals, but Google says a polar bear is one, so that sounds pretty cool. Together, these guys create the perfect creature who will fly and spread freedom and maybe a little bit of communism on the way. A sad thing in life is that snakes are born without legs, but yet they're reptiles just like any other lizard who was fortunate enough to just be born with legs. What's important in this project is to create a world filled with the perfect creatures, and they all should have equal opportunities. Snakes should not be at a disadvantage. So now, not only will snakes be given legs, but they will be given thick thighs to help them out. Let's be honest, humans suck. But smart animals like dolphins and chimpanzees, they're pretty cool to watch, and not to mention they're pretty smart. Logically, if we were to mix the twos, we could get a new smart race that we could talk to when we get tired of all the humans. Now, you might not like this, but this right here is what the perfect mammal body looks like, and we can only hope to one day have an amazing sausage swimming body. I think dogs are really cool, but I hate hornets. Whereas dogs are lovable creatures who could never do any harm, hornets are just all the hatred dogs were supposed to get balled up into one little angry guy. Now, if we combine the two, we create probably the best thing in the world, which is a flying chubby dog, and that right there is the perfect animal, and honestly I'm not sure if I can improve on top of that ever. Flying fish is also a pretty cool idea. Oh wait, that already exists in the real world. Ever ask your girl out and she's like, yeah, when pigs fly I'll do it, and that leaves you kind of stunned because that's a pretty dated phrase and you've never heard anyone say that before in the modern day. Well, take that, everyone who's ever said that, because now pigs are gonna fly and every promise will be fulfilled. You're welcome. Unfortunately, even a world filled with the perfect creatures, humans are still gonna suck, and they're gonna need someone to keep them in check so they don't act out too much. Using two apex predators, being a great white shark and a gorilla, we're gonna be able to do this. Things do look pretty great, except they have a pretty short lifespan as well. There's a bit of a mistake while they were being made, which is the gills are still on them, but because they have the body of a gorilla, they lack any power to swim, meaning they suffocate and die pretty much after being born. Whoops. As we reach the end of this, there's nothing sadder than hearing that turtle shells can actually crack and be damaged, and it's about time someone fixes that. Simply, now it's doubled up with an armadillo shell, and look at how fast this guy runs now that he has this amazing new shell. Remember earlier how I said I couldn't do better than a dog and a hornet? Well, I was wrong, and here I am to show you what is actually perfection. A fish with only a tail, no arms, no fins, just a wholesome little guy having a good time swimming with his little tail and having just a great time. So that's another video, and if you liked it, you can like it. If you disliked it, you can dislike it. You can do all the things I pander for, like subscribing and sharing, or you could not do that, because I'm not your boss, and at the end of the day, you live your life and you do what you want to do.
Go, 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 gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster, 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 faster. Moving at speed of sound. Quickest hedgehog around.